Yo, what's up everyone? Back for this main slate that we have for Saturday. I already posted the early slate video, so you can give that a watch if you want to, if you're going to be playing that early slate. And let's get right into this main slate. I like this slate a lot. The early slate has a bunch of different teams that you can stack, but this main slate is pretty clear cut on which teams you should stack and which teams should go off. So let's jump right into it. You can drop a like and subscribe. I am blown away by the amount of likes you guys have been putting on the videos. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. That's why I post these videos every day, covering all the slates. Well, all the slates worth playing for baseball, just because you guys mean a lot to me. So let's keep it going today. You can also visit the website if you want to join us, dfsprocess.net, and should cash in at least double ups in cash games on DraftKings. Scored a 117 using the picks that I gave you in yesterday's video. The hitter picks did really good, and Musgrove was great. All right, now let's get on to pitcher today. First guy I'm going to go with, you have two guys above 10,000 on DraftKings. One guy sticks out way above the other. I mean, Lance Lynn, I saw a crazy stat that he leads the American League in WAR in starting pitchers. I never would have thought that would have been the case, but Lynn has just been insanely consistent. 10,000, play him in a GPP if you want, but no way I'm touching him in cash in Texas. I like Ryu a ton. He's just been so good this season. A 1.26 ERA, only 71 hits given up in 93 innings. He's not a tremendous strikeout pitcher, but he gets enough strikeouts, and he's one of the few Dodgers pitchers that they allow to go over 100 pitches. He's not getting pulled at like 80 pitches like some of the other pitchers on the Dodgers. So they let him go deep, and that's why I have no problem paying up at this price tag. Usually I wouldn't pay up for a guy like Rich Hill if he's over 11,000 because he doesn't go very deep. But Ryu does, and he's been really good this season. And the Rockies, they are pretty good against lefties, but they are also dealing with some injuries. Like Trevor Story is on the IL. That's a huge downgrade. And the bottom half of the lineup, like once you get past the fifth spot, there's a ton of strikeouts down there. The only guy he has to really worry about is Desmond and Arenado, mainly. So I like Ryu, and then I'm going to go with Mike Foltynewicz here at 6,400. I'm not really buying the high total here for the Nationals. I mean, Folty was really bad the first couple starts, but he's settled in. He's been pretty good as of late. He hasn't given up a home run in his last two starts, which is a good sign for him. His strikeouts are kind of back. He's been getting a good amount of strikeouts, and he goes pretty deep. He goes about 100 pitches, 95 to 100. I just think that his price tag is really favorable here. 6,400 to pair him with a guy like Ryu still leaves you with $4,000 left to spend with your hitters, and he has 20-point upside. And this Nationals team, they are pretty good, but I think he can still manage to have a decent game here. So I don't mind him. He's just really cheap. The price tag has come down on him a ton. So those are the two pitchers I'm going to go with. And then, like I said, it's a very clear-cut slate on who do you want to stack. The Yankees are my favorite stack today by far. I'll go Yankees, and then I'll go Rangers, 1, 2, and then I like the a couple Giants lefties against Godley, and then I think you can go with, probably going to be Yankees, Rangers, Dodgers, and then some lefties from this Giants Diamondbacks teams from both sides. All right, let's start it off at first base. Speaking of a lefty from the Giants, I think we have a $3,500 player here in Brandon Belt, who's just too cheap for a matchup against Zach Godley. He hasn't been great this season, but his ISO is still there against right-handed pitching, and he's dirt cheap at $3,500. Godley this season has gotten destroyed against left-handed hitters. In 132 batters faced, he's given up a 585 slugging to lefties to go with a 322 average. He just hasn't been good this season. He has a 4.85 xFIP to lefties. He has a decent amount of fly ball rate, getting hit pretty hard too. Love the spot here for Brandon Belt. 3,500 is too cheap. And the Giants also get a nice ballpark upgrade going into Arizona. And the roof's been open there for the past couple days. Might be open again. You can have to check that out. But Belt this season, 7 of his 9 home runs have come against righties. He has a solid 242 ISO and a 483 slugging percentage. Strikeouts are way down against righties, as you would expect. And on the road, he's been much better. He's hit 7 of his 9 home runs have come on the road. He's batting 246 on the road. I like Brandon Belt here. He's just too cheap at 35. And like I said, I love the Yankee stack. I'm going to go right ahead and just plug in the Yankees because they're so good, so appealing. They're not even that expensive either. Like at second base, I would much rather go all the way down here to a guy like either Gleyber or Torres here at 4,500 who's been mashing the ball, or a guy like DJ LeMahieu leading off. 4,300 against the lefty. LeMahieu's been crushing the ball as of late. LeMahieu's been amazing against left-handed pitching. And Miley here, lefty. The Yankees have a really high total. They've just been crushing the ball as of late. Their lineup is stacked top to bottom. Now that Judge is in there, Encarnacion has been really good. He's been pretty good since he's been a Yankee. And a guy like LeMahieu has been amazing against lefties. He has a 356 average against left-handed pitching. Just a really good hitter. In terms of power against lefties, he doesn't have a ton of power, but he still has a 492 slugging. He doesn't strike out that much. And in 2018, he was really good against lefties too, so it's not just a one thing this year. Last year for the Rockies, he hit 330 against lefties and had a little bit of power definitely had some power with a 210 ISO against lefties. So as you see, he's much better against southpaws. Is LeMahieu, career 316 average and a career 132 ISO, 448 slugging. Makes a lot of sense here. The way he's been swinging a bat, just been on fire as of late. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug in the outfielders from the Yankees. Really nice, really affordable here. $4,500 for Aaron Judge. He batted leadoff in his first game back. Went 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. But I think here he can have a decent game. I mean, it's a lefty here. $4,500 is just too cheap for a guy like Judge. You're getting like a $800 discount on what his price is normally. I prefer to target him against righties, just so he has a little bit more power against righties, but I don't really mind it when you get a nice price discount like this. $4,500 is definitely too cheap here. This year he's been good against, it's only a 12 at-bat sample size. Look at last season. He was good against lefties and righties. A little better against righties, but the power was still there against lefties. 279 ISO, 541 slugging percentage, and career-wise, just has a ton of power. Career 243 ISO against lefties. At home, he's been really, really good at home in Yankee Stadium. 321 average for his career. I know last year he was really good in Yankee Stadium, and this season he's been good in Yankee Stadium too. So what do you know? A tremendous hitter, hitting the ball really well in a hitter-friendly ballpark. Last season, he batted .352 with 18 of his 27 home runs came at home. So I remember last year I was just playing him at home in Yankee Stadium, and now I know why, because he was so good there. And my second guy is going to be Giancarlo Stanton. He's not, you're never going to get a price tag like this on Giancarlo Stanton. $4,100. He hasn't been very good. It's only a 6-game sample size, so you got to keep that in mind. He has 11 strikeouts and 21 at-bats. But it's only been 21 at-bats. He has no home runs or no RBIs on the season. I think that can change today. Stanton mashes left-handed pitching. He is way too cheap at $4,100 playing in Yankee Stadium. Love the spot here for a guy like Stanton. See, last season, 2018, he had a 316 average against lefties, 13 home runs. Gave him a 329 ISO, a 645 slugging percentage. Career-wise, ton of power against lefties. 296 career average. And a career 336 ISO. 632 slugging percentage. Stanton's numbers jump off the page against lefties. And Miley does give up some power. And he has been giving up a little more power as of late. So we'll see the numbers for him. I just think that it's going to be so hard to play pitchers against the Yankees for the rest of the year, especially a guy like Miley, a lefty, facing all these righties. And yes, Miley has been much worse to righties. 412 slugging, 252 ISO. He's been terrible on the road with a 468 ERA. And as the months have gone on, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty consistent every month. But I just feel like this spot is as worse as it can get for a guy like Wade Miley facing probably 8 or even 9 righties. But that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check out the early slate if you want to. Thanks for watching. Drop a like and good luck today.